Raghuveer Samartha. Namaskar. I am Prachi Kulkarni. Recently, I read a post on WhatsApp regarding what is Guru Kripa. It says, in this life, when many crises and calamities disappear without our knowledge, that is Guru Kripa. Or, when you are buried under the burden of many difficulties, still you feel the strength to face them, that strength is the grace of Guru Kripa. On this note, I would like to share some experiences my family went through during the corona pandemic last year. My son Ameya is residing in New Zealand and since 2009 and is now a citizen of New Zealand. His wedding took place on 30th December 2019 at Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh. My daughter-in-law Swati is a software engineer. The wedding ceremony and other rituals went off very smoothly and happily. My son returned back to New Zealand on 10th January 2020. My daughter-in-law could not join him then as she had not received her visa. She also returned to Pune to resume her office. During this period, we were getting news that a virus named Corona had gripped Wuhan city in China and many people had succumbed to the virus and that this virus was very dangerous. However, in India, things were still normal. Awareness about this virus had not sunk in the minds of the people. In the meantime, my daughter in law got her visa approved in February. She immediately gave her resignation. On completion of 1 month's notice period, she was to fly to New Zealand on 25th March. Accordingly, she came to Mumbai on 17th March so that she could spend some time with us before her departure. We were very happy to have her with us, but were totally unaware of what was in store. By this time, the pandemic had spread in other countries like Europe, USA, Italy, etc. Unfortunately for us, New Zealand government decided to close their borders with effect from 20th March 2020. However, they stated that people who are in transit will be allowed to enter the country. Since New Zealand time is 7.5 hours ahead of Indian Standard Time, Swati preponed her ticket from 25th March to 19th March. She completed the web checking of her luggage. We reached the airport to see her off. She was to fly by Singapore Airlines and her departure was at 11 p.m. on 19th March. So technically she would be in transit on 20th March. There was a different scenario in the airport. Singapore Airlines refused to issue her the boarding pass. She requested and met the higher officer, but all in vain. The airlines was firm on their decision. We and her parents were in constant touch with her on mobile. We were praying and keeping our fingers crossed that she be allowed to fly, but that did not happen. Finally, she came out of the airport crestfallen. We were also disappointed and disturbed by the situation. But one could think we realized in this uncertain period that she was safe in Mumbai with us. At least she was not stranded midway, which was a positive side, which I believe is Guru Krupa. Swati slowly settled down with us happily, though there were times when she would be off color. A fortnight later, she received a good news from her American bosses who had come to know about her situation. They offered her the same job which she had resigned from. It was on contract basis till she goes to New Zealand, and it was work from home. It was really a blessing in disguise. At least she had something to fall back on. By this time, Mumbai also had come to a standstill. Situation in New Zealand was not different. All activities had stopped. Strict social distancing, no meeting people. My son was all alone managing housework and office work. He would be frustrated at times, but we as parents had to pacify him and boost his morale. He had started correspondence through a lawyer with the NZ embassy, seeking permission for Swati's visa. There were many formalities and conditions to be fulfilled since he holds a New Zealand passport, whereas Swati holds an Indian passport. On completion of the requisite formalities, he could come to Mumbai in November. Thereafter, again Swati had to apply for a fresh visa, which got approved. Finally, they both flew to New Zealand before their first wedding anniversary, which they celebrated in quarantine as per NZ rules. Now Swati has got her work visa and also a good job there. As I mentioned in the beginning, all this is God's grace, that is Guru Kripa. All's well that ends well. Thank you.